Hey everyone, it's me. It's Lee Carlson. It's Tex Ritter. It's everybody on today. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to bring the drinking water fella. That's all he ever does is drink water, this fella. He's a fish. There he is. Morning.
Morning. Just having the old inhaler, just holding my breath, as you meant to when you've took it.
I know. It's like myself. I take my inhaler. What do you like? Just got up. Just got up this minute. Have you been watching anything much?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I've just finished watching one now. Under Gods, it was called. It was fairly
Yeah.
short for a film. It was a little bit bleak-ish, a dystopian fantasy, and it sort of like weaves together three eerie tales from a doomed modernity. So it's like, a future with like obviously there's been some sort of catastrophe, war, and there's loads of dilapidated buildings and burnt out buildings. But within all these like former dishevelled cities, there's like pockets of life, and some of the places look not too bad. They look habitable, but it's not a nice place to be. It's a horrible looking future, one of them scary looking futures. I won't say a lot about it. It's called Under Gods. I found it on Film 4 Catch Up, which is where I find a lot of my films. I just go on Film 4, chuck it on Catch Up, and see what's been on recently. Because I rarely watch things at the time they're on, you know what I mean? I'll just go back and snatch them like when they've already been on. And then you can fast forward the adverts, because if you watch them in real time, you've got to watch the adverts, and nobody wants to watch the adverts.
No, I know. I pay for not to show adverts. I hate adverts. I really hate them. That's why I don't watch the likes of ITV or any of them. I hate them adverts. Full of woke, full of everything. Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
So that's, you can get a lot of stuff now on YouTube, a lot of good films. You can get them. I was watching one with Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett's a very good actor. And it's a true story. It's about a fella he's a snowboarder. He's a snowboarder, and he goes out, snowboarding. And then bad weather sets in.
Is it called 6 Below?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I've not, but I've noticed it was on Film 4 Catch Up. When I was looking what was there the other day, I noticed it. So I'll go for that one. I'll get that one. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, what happens, this snowboarder, Josh Hartnett's character, true story, he goes out and bad weather sets in. And it's all snow, everything, coming through, big black skies. And anyway, he's determined to go snowboarding. Now, prior to what he did with snowboard, he's staying in a log cabin. Mm-hmm. And he comes out freezing, it's full of snow, everything, and he comes out to take a tablet or something. I don't know what's wrong with him. Anyway, he takes this tablet outside. He's like on the patio, but he's freezing. Mm-hmm. And he goes to go back in, and the door shuts. So when the door shuts, he can't get back in, so he kicks it open, and he cuts his leg. But he also bruises his ankle.
Not having much luck, is he, so far?
No, well, that's it. But anyway, he's determined to go snowboarding, and he gets ready, he gets dressed, and he's away. So anyway, he comes to this thing, he comes to this thing, you know, he's snowboarding and all this snow, fresh snow as well. So you really can't snowboard on fresh snow. I don't know whether you're aware of that. It's got to be ice. It's got to pack with ice.
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah. I think I understand. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it, but go on.
Thank you. Can I go on?
I was just when you asked me the question, did I know that? And I was just saying I didn't really know that, but it makes sense now. I think about it. Sorry.
Right. Okay. So what has happened? He comes to this thing where it says two signs. One, there's like a jump where he can go, and you know, that's safe. That's going down that way. Now don't forget the bad weather sets in. It's snowing heavily, and he looks at this other place, and it's an unauthorized place. You can't go down it. You're advised not to go down it. Unauthorized, it says. So what he does, he takes that route. He takes the route that's not advised. And that's where the film starts. Now, don't forget, on mountains and these pine trees, you find different animals. I'm not giving too much away, but you find different animals. So what would you find on mountains and pine trees? And what kind of animals would you find?
It depends where the mountains are. But yeah, you're gonna find bears. Maybe you find a couple of bears. You may find mountain lions or some form of big cats. Maybe not mountain lions, but usually in mountain ranges there are big cats that are predators, aren't they, on smaller creatures?
Yeah.
You'll find like small rodents, smallish mammals, and that.
No, what are dangerous besides the bears? What are dangerous predators that are present?
Birds of prey.
In the wild, like yeah, you get eagles and things, but these are predators. These go after humans.
Oh, wolves, is it? Is it wolves?
Yeah. You know, you've got to be aware. Yeah, you've got to be aware of that. You see, anyone who goes, you know, to these places. I've got a friend who lives, Joe Whitaker. She lives in California. She lives in LA, right? And she went camping one day with a friend, and they two of them, you know, another girl. And anyway, I said to her, "You've got to be careful when you're going into." They were going like into the interior, like a big woods and things. And she said, "Yeah, no, we bring our guns." You see what I mean? We bring our guns. So that's what it's all about, you know.
If I'm honest, I think I would myself. You know, if I lived in a place like that and I liked going out, but I was worried about the wildlife that could have you off and possibly eat you, I'd probably take a handgun myself to make sure, because you don't have to kill the animal or even shoot it, do you? You only have to sound off and it'll scarper, won't it? Most animals, be it a big cat or wolves, you shoot near it or up in the air, it'll bugger off, won't it? Because it knows guns mean death. Usually the animals are smart enough to suss that, aren't they? More than him.
Well, a hunter last week was actually eaten by a lion. Did you know that?
No, but good.
The thing is, what has happened? This particular hunter, an American, you know, typical, like an American, he was always hunting. But what he did, he shot and killed the mate of another lion, and the lion remembered, and he seen him. No, I don't know, months later or something like that. And he followed him, stopped, and got him, and ate him.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, I'm a cat person, me. I don't just love little cats that you can have as pets. I just love cats, me. I'm all about cats. I do like dogs, but I love hearing them stories where nature gets its revenge.
Yeah,
There's
but
nothing
that's
like it.
Anyway, let's say good morning to these wonderful people who's Ian McCabe, morning, Frank and Lee. And he's saying good morning to him, Lee.
Oh, as he did.
Oh, I never heard you. Never heard you. Ian McHale again. Good actor, Josh Hartnett. Liked him in Penny Dreadful series as well. Yes. Nice one. Lads and detectorists. Morning to both of you. What's the subject today, Frank?
Nature's revenge.
Nature's revenge. Some films, a couple of TV series, and I suppose football are bound to come into it when someone mentions it. Steve Evans, new film lines up to watch at the weekend called Damaged with Samuel L. Jackson and Vincent Cassel. I like it, Vincent Cassel. Vincent Cassel is a French actor. Great he is.
Very good, yeah. Sounds good.
I've seen him in a film called The Emperor of Paris. But it's around the time of the Napoleonic Wars, if you know what I mean. But he's the Emperor of Paris. Brilliant it is. French film. Fantastic. As detectives investigating a cult and serial killer in Chicago, then Edinburgh. Looks really good. So what's that? New film lines up to what? Damaged. Have a look at that, Stay. I like Jackson. Not just because he's a Red, you know. Did you know that?
All the best people are, Frank.
And Steve says, off to work then, off to see the always boss, Mick Head tonight. Mick Head.
Is that a performer, a musical performer?
Yeah, I've never heard of him myself, but he I have only through Stay. He likes all these things. Anyway, Lad Daz and Detector says, nice topic, and I'm actually watching The Lion King with the kids now. The Lion King. Morning, Frank and Lee. Gary Rigby. Morning, Gary.
Morning, Gary.
Roll me one up, fat boy. Morning, Frankie and Adolf.
Morning, sweetheart. Hey, it's looking a bit better, me friends, now. I've abandoned that nonsense of combing it from the other side because I thought, I'll have it combed from the other side instead, parted from the other side, but it weren't working out. It was making me look too much like Hitler, mate.
Oh, I know that. Anyway, Steve Evans, watch Cassel in a film called The Crimson Rivers, with Jean Reno, about ritualistic men. Do you know what? I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah. There's a series, there's a French series called The Crimson Rivers. It must have been made after the film, I'm assuming, because I've watched about 2 series of it now. I've seen about 24, 25 episodes, 2 full series. The Crimson Rivers, a French one about, it's a woman detective and a female and a male detective. And there's a lot of murders in France. The Crimson Rivers, great series. So it was probably made from that film with John Reno, which I wasn't aware of, so thanks, Steve.
Yeah, it's great, Reno. And Cassel.
Yeah, I like French stuff. Do you like French cinema and series?
Gary Rigby says he was in Shack as well. Shack. Yeah, things about that. Frank, our under-21s battered the Manx yesterday. I just watched the highlights. 3-0. Jane Dans. Jaden Dan scored a cracker, didn't he? But so did Kate Gordon when he put it right in the corner. Yeah, very good. That Dan's. I was talking to Darryl yesterday, and I said, out of them all, you know, you can't take anything away from Quansah or Bradley, but I reckon that Dan's has quality over them. I think if you take the three lads, and you were asked which one will make it, you know, albeit the three of them are going to make it, Dan's will make it. I think he's absolutely superb.
He looks like a player, doesn't he? He looks like a player
exactly.
Starting to make him.
Exactly, Lee. He looks like a player. Fantastic. Steve Evans. There's always Irreversible as well, which is a hard watch, and the two Mesrine films. There's always the Irreversible as well. Don't know what.
Yeah, the French knows his hella good style.
Streets of Kenny by Shaq is a classic. Streets of Kenny by Shaq. And Roll Me One Up, Fatty. That's Gary Rigby said that. Roll Me Up, Fatty. I just hope the new gaffer doesn't let Towns go on loan. He won't. He's too good. Telling you now. Steve Evans and La Haine. These must be all French films. French films.
Yeah, La Haine's good. La Haine's a good film. I seen that years ago. I think it's from the late 90s, La Haine. I seen that a long time ago. It's a really good one, that.
Do you know what I watched the other day? Tell you what I watched the other day. And it's from 1999. And I think it's a cracking adventure film. Really good. With Brendan Fraser. The Mummy.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's a cracking film. Really is a cracking film. I watched that the other day as well. Gary Rigby says, saw some horrible comments on Liverpool YouTube videos calling us bin dippers, whatever that means, and worse, I can't repeat here. Gary, we're getting called it all the time. That's why I called out to Liverpool Football Club to get hold of every club in the Premiership, and even in other divisions, if we ever get them in cup matches, you know, like the Carabao Cup or FA Cup, just tell them if they come out with more insulting, discriminatory chants and songs and whatever, they will be banned from Anfield.
It's only fair.
Especially in the Premiership. Just ban them. Just ban them forever. We don't need any of that. And those seats can be, you know, they can be filled, those. They'll never be empty, those seats, if they ban the away supporters. Just ban them. And that includes Everton, by the way. That includes Everton. If they start chanting, you know, what they used to chant.
Bin dippers I can handle, but not the victims stuff. When I keep seeing that over and over
murderers
again.
Don't forget murderers.
Yeah.
Murderers.
The thing is, they haven't done their research, Frank. They haven't read the Hillsborough report, and they haven't read.
No, they have. They have. But no, they have, because they don't believe it. You see, they don't believe it. So, you're guilty. You murdered your own.
What? So we wrote the Hillsborough report. I think you'll find we didn't.
Well, Mick Heads is our greatest songwriter, he says, Steve Evans.
So he's from Shaq, is he, Mick Head? Because I like Shaq, yeah, they're great, them.
No, so is it? I'm going, oh, blimey, you're a bleeding nuisance, right? He just comes out with bloody things. What the fuck is it? Fucking nuisance. I don't know. I don't know what he is. He's going to see Mick Heads anyway. I can't be fucking bothered looking for it, to be honest. I don't know what he's in. Fella named Mick Heads. I think it's Mick Heads. I don't know. If I don't know him, I can't be bothered looking. You know, I just can't. I don't know them. Don't know why Klopp doesn't give Dan's more minutes. To be honest, he can't do any worse than the front three at the moment. Totally agree with you, Colin. Totally agree with you, mate.
He's probably bagged a couple of them chances Nunes has missed lately, wouldn't he? Well, he's bagged at least one of them. Let's put it that way.
I watched the Equalizer 2 now. Classic film. Denzel is the best. Roll me up one fat boy.
I watched the first Equalizer a couple of days ago. I had seen it before, but it's a brilliant film, and you can't beat a bit of Denzel, can you?
I don't watch films like that. The Equalizer.
Oh, it's good though. Yeah, but Lahane is a brilliant one. I noticed it was on catch-up on Film 4, so it's been on Film 4 recently, Lahane. But I seen it years ago and really enjoyed it.
Well, Gary Rigby says he used to have it on VHS.
Those were the days.
Paul Turner, morning Frank, morning Lee. Hope you're both okay. Yes, thank you, Paul, and you yourself. And you yourself. Morning, lads, says Sal. Morning, Sal. Great name, that. Great name, Sal. Good Italian name, actually. Gary Rigby, Frank, it just makes it worse when you answer them and they say, where's your famous sense of humour?
Oh, mate, they find out where my famous sense of humour is when they start. I'm a funny get me when I start. You know, if I start in retaliation, I say things that are actually funny in return, like.
Yeah.
Well, I type them anyway.
Steve says, other great French films, Trouble Every Day, Taxi, A Band Apart, Breathless, Leon. Seen Leon, yeah. Cracker.
Breathless is good, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I seen I like Gerard Depardieu. I think he's fantastic. One of the greatest actors, Gerard Depardieu. And I seen him in the French version, you know, well, it was made in France anyway. The Green Card. It was brilliant. But, you know, when America get hold of it, oh, yeah, you know, let's make because America ruins some films that are made, you know, in other countries, if you know what I mean. Especially the French and the South Korean films. They just ruin them, you know, they put their slants on. But the Green Card, but watch the French version. Like he was in the American version as well, the Green Card. I thought it was very good romantic one. But the French version was a lot better. Just like Chelsea, only one song they have about Steven Gerrard. Yeah, you're right there.
Our songs are witty and inventive, aren't they? Whereas theirs are just like vulgar usually and rubbish. And it always depends on the same thing, that Scousers are a bunch of tramps or something like, which, you know, I can take that. It's just the victim stuff and the murders stuff, because it's so uninformed. It's pathetic. It really is.
Well, it's mostly the blues who come out. It's always the victims. Anyway, Paul Turner, the victims chant was still going on last weekend at Old Trafford, despite what the managers said after the FA Cup game fell on deaf. No, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. They don't do nothing about it. They don't do nothing about it. That's what they do. As his brother, dickhead Frankie, Dan's looks the real talent, says Sal. Yeah, I think he's absolutely unbelievable. Mick was also in Pale Fountains, and his new band is Michael Ed and the Red Elastic Band. The name comes from the red bands that postmen sometimes discard on the floor. Yeah, I used to pick them up. Well, I picked them up a few times, actually. Coming up. Mick, yeah, well, that's for you. You can read that silently. What Steve's just put there. The Bone Collector, another top one with Denzel, says Ian McCain. Yeah, Angelina Jolie, was she in there? I think so.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But Denzel Washington always seems to play all these nice fellas. I've only ever seen him. I don't know. He's like you can't. There's always actors who always play the nice fella. There's no diversity with them playing
Yeah.
a really bad fella. Anyway, that's just me. Good actor though. I like Lawrence Fishburne. I think he's a great actor, black actor. I think he's brilliant. Yeah. But Idris Elba, the boy, and Morgan Freeman. Hey Frank, we've discussed alien invasion films. What do you think of Skyline? Loved it. Paul loved it. With Eric Balfour, fellow named Eric Balfour. He's in Skyline. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Skyline. It's about a fella who goes to LA and his pregnant girlfriend, they're on the plane and he gets her there and he gets picked up in a big roller. This is a friend of his. This is a friend. Donald Faison is the friend's name, real name that is. He plays this character. And he gets to this penthouse and he goes, "You've done well yourself, haven't you?" And he went, "Yeah." And he wants him to go and work there, in LA. But the girl's pregnant. And she says, "I can't go, pregnant." And he didn't know at the time that she was pregnant. She just sprung it on him. "I don't want to come here," because she's seeing what LA's like. With these girls and fellas and, all the sexual innuendo going on in this, apartment. So they go to bed. Then all of a sudden, you just see things coming out the sky. Like beams of light. Blue.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. It was a while ago I seen it. I can't remember too much, but they're in like a skyscraper type building, aren't they?
Very good. It's a good film, Skyline. I liked The Mist as well. Did you ever see The Mist?
No, I've not seen that yet. You showed me a bit of it in yours when I came to yours for the Sheffield United game. It was good, yeah.
It's really good. It really is good. If anyone else has seen it, get onto it. Leon is one of the best films ever. He loves his milk.
Yeah, I loved it. I found it online and there was a good comment section where everyone was having a natter about it, and what they loved about it. Didn't half enjoy just lobbing a few comments in on that.
Well, Gary Rigby says, has anyone seen Cold Fever from 1995? Highly recommended. It's on YouTube in good quality, says Gary Rigby. I'll tell you what to watch, he reminds me there of Cold Fever, is Frozen Ground. Frozen Ground. And it's a true story. John Cusack. I like John Cusack. I think he's a great actor. Frozen Ground, about a detective after a serial killer, a horrible serial killer. Watch it. I think it's set in Alaska.
Yeah, I love them films where they have one or maybe a pair of detectives hunting a serial killer, as long as they're not too graphic with the showings of the killings from the serial killer. But I enjoy them types. Yeah, they are good.
But watch that, Lee. You can get it on there. I don't know what you can get it on, but it's a good one, honestly. Scrap that. Gerard Dapper is Obelisk.
House of Asterix. Obelisk House of Asterix, is it, Steve? Because I used to love the Asterix books.
But there's not too much on that, is there, by Steve? Roll me up. He says, I heard today, Frank, Tommy Smith had his benefit taken away because he took a penalty. And yeah, he did. He couldn't walk, Tommy.
Mm.
He couldn't walk. And it was an Evertonian looking in.
What?
An Evertonian who worked in the Department of Works or whatever.
What a scumbag. What a
Oh,
scumbag.
very much so. Laugh, you see? Yeah, I'll see it. Yep. Steve says, oh yeah. Level of Chelsea fans when they spat on the Hillsborough Memorial shows how low down the food chain these creatures really are. Effing blades. Yup. Paul Turner. The extraterrestrial film we spoke about was a fantastic film. It was a really sad ending. Well, you've just given us all away there, Paul. All you should have said was it was a good beginning, good middle, good ending. Yeah, but you're right. It's really good. It's a smashing film. Great graphics as well. Candyman class film. Have you ever seen it? I don't mean Candyman. Have you ever seen Extraterrestrial, Lee?
Don't think so.
It's a cracking film, you know.
Okay.
It starts off with you see a girl. Well, you see this fella in a shop, and he's brushing up, the shops just shut, a young fella. And then it goes to a girl, and it's raining, it's pouring rain, and she runs up to the door and she's banging on the door. And the next, the fella only young fella, some divvy. And she said, let me in, please. Now it's raining outside. She's soaking wet. He must know she's in a panic. Something wrong. And he goes, and he just turns over, the open, close sign. And it goes on to closed. And he goes, I would have loved to have slapped him. The character. Anyway, what happens is she runs to there's a phone booth outside, one of them phone booths that you find in America. And she goes to that, and she's phoning. And then all of a sudden, the phone booth just goes, gone. Doesn't blow up or anything, just vanishes like that. And the fella comes out and he's looking, and there's no phone booth there. And he's looking. And anyway, he turns to walk back in, and the phone booth comes from the sky, crashing down. And he looks. Then a cop shows up. What happened? He said, well, you won't believe it, boss. That's the beginning of this film. Very good. So, roll me up. Candyman, Phil, Clash Phil. Frank, say Candyman in the mirror 3 times and it turns. Yeah. Frank, you've seen the project with James Colbert, yes.
That rings a bell. I think I have seen that.
Yeah. Seen it. It was on not so long ago. I think I haven't made telly. I'm not quite so sure. Steve Evans find most of the alien invasion films on the poor side, but I do have a lot of time for District 9. Yeah, very good. Very good. Set in South Africa.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I'll agree with both of them points, yeah, that I do find a lot of the alien invasion ones a bit crap, but District 9 is like brilliant. It's funny as well, isn't it? That's Charlo Copley, the South African actor, as Wikus van der Merwe. That's his name, in it, Wikus van der Merwe, or Merwe, however you pronounce it anyway, in like Dutch language. But it's funny, it's just brilliant, District 9. I loved that. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah. It's a wonder that America never got a grip of it. Amazing. Like they did with the green card.
Mm.
They make their version.
Mm. I know.
I didn't like it, to be honest, District 9. I thought it was a bit crass. Not being funny. Aliens stuck in South Africa and they can't get away. Oh, come on. They've gone through universes or whatever to get there. They said, I'm stuck here. Piss off. Paul Turner, brilliant film, Frank. Great special effects, Skyline. Yeah, absolutely. It's really good, Skyline. That's an alien invasion thing. Paul Turner again, that's good as well, Frank. The Mist. The Mist is brilliant. The Mist is absolutely brilliant. Stephen King, yeah. Gary Rigby, The Fisher King is one of my favourite films. Gets over. Yeah, The Fisher King, yeah. It does.
Brilliant film, man.
And Paul says, Michael Ironsides, yeah. Michael Ironside's been in loads, though, not just one. He's been in loads. He was in was it The Running Man? No, not The Running Man. What's that other one with Arnie?
Oh,
it's about Mars, not Mars.
Mars, yeah, it is Mars.
Yeah, it is Mars, yeah.
Total Recall.
What?
Total Recall.
Total Recall is right, but he was in that. He was the mad cop after Big Arnie.
He's got like a scary looking face, his expression, isn't it, Michael Ironside? That's a monetizable asset for an actor, isn't it? A monetizable asset for an actor to have a scary face.
But you want to see him in this thing, this extraterrestrial. It's really good. It really is good, Can you find it on YouTube? No, I don't think so. I don't know. But Extraterrestrial is really good. Paul Turner, what do you think of Firing? Yeah, I like that as well. That's a Travis Walton. That's a true story.
Yeah, it is a true story, but apparently it's a true story. And it's believable because where it happened to those loggers out in the woods, they're hundreds of miles away from anyone, from anywhere, aren't they? Where they're working. And that's what's believable about it. Like if they're going to come down, they're not going to come down and kidnap someone in the middle of a bloody city, are they? Like where people can notice. They're going to do it out in the wilds, like somewhere.
Well, the point is, with they put them under hypnosis, He put him under hypnosis, Travis Walton. And the fellas, they nearly got done for murder. They thought that they murdered him and buried him in the woods somewhere. And they were very lucky.
Well, those
because they went
aliens
through a
were
terrible
horrible.
time. They went through a terrible time.
Sorry.
They went through it. What was you going to say? What was you going to say?
I was just going to say, Fire in the Sky, them aliens were horrible, weren't they? They were really malevolent, you know, the way they, not so much tortured them, but the way they experimented on them and that, and they just didn't seem to have any empathy whatsoever. They were really nasty, weren't they, the Fire in the Sky aliens? They looked it too.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think they do films about aliens. And do you ever remember the 50s sci-fis? Like the body snatchers and all this. Right. Do you know what that was a parody of? Those sci-fi films. The creature from the Black Lagoon and all this. It came from beyond space. You know, these type of films. Do you know what? Do you know what they were? Do you know what the message was? The subliminal message.
Communism.
Well, yeah, communism. Like the body snatchers, they'll come. It's not like snatching your body. It's indoctrinating you with communism. See, so that was that. But today, it's still about Russia. I think the Arrival is one of the best films, to be honest. Yeah, Fire in the Sky. Steve Evans, more of an indictment on apartheid as well as a sci-fi film. Yeah, I agree there. And I think that's a very good point. That's why America won't make it. Because as I said before then, you know, they usually grab hold of a film, which is a good film, and they put their own take on it. But you're right about apartheid, which apartheid's going on today. Look, America tried to demonize everybody. They try to demonize any leader of the world that doesn't conform to American rules or what they say. You know, the club put you down. If you stand up against them, they send NATO in to bomb you. And believe that. But they picked on their own people this time. Picked on them. Wrong. Tried to do a proxy war. They won't take them on their own. America won't take them on their own. Because look, Vietnam couldn't defeat them. Has America ever won a war? Tell me, has America ever won a war?
Not on its own, no.
No.
They didn't meet the British on their own, did they? They had the French and the Spanish to help them.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were in the Gulf Wars. Oh, it's all right fighting them with a gang of with a load of mates on your thing. They went to Afghanistan and, we're the boys, 20 years later, couldn't beat them. Those Afghans went to war with them on bikes in flip-flops with a rifle over the shoulder, well on the back, pedaling down to a war. Well, they had these massive big tanks, air power and everything. They did it to Vietnam and dropping the smart bombs on them. They did it as well with napalm. Napalm. Shocking weapon. Never held accountable. America. And there they are saying about today, oh yeah, You know, you're going a bit too far here, BB. You know, Benjamin Netanyahu. You're going a bit far there, but by the way, you know, there's a loads of big bombs that we've just sent you. All right. That's what they're like. Do you ever remember? Well, you wouldn't. But the Cuban crisis of 1963, America, whoa, hang on, you're not putting any missiles near us. In Cuba, oh, get out, fuck off, you know. Anyway, and because Russia turned around and said, your NATO things are coming all around here. What for? Why are you coming here? And we don't want you there in Ukraine. Now, sod off with your NATO. Because NATO is American-led. America owns NATO. And the UN. That's how useless the UN is. Because America, you know, they own it. They own the United Nations. Forget all about, you know, these people talking and whatever, saying, oh, yeah, you know, this is all wrong. Shut up. You're under American control. But America's not controlling anymore. Sorry to go on.
The thing with Vietnam and Afghanistan, they were fighting for their home, weren't they? And the Americans had just come over there, hadn't they? And there wasn't as much fight in the Americans. You know, they were never going to win against a bunch of people who are fighting for their home, are they?
Well, same as Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You know, they're in Syria now. America are in Syria stealing oil. Stealing oil. And Syria don't want them there. They told them to go. What's the UN doing? The UN are, oh, listen, you can't be there, you know. And America, shut up, you. We're there. Shut up. He's telling us to go. That's what they're like. The bullies. American foreign policy, and we, the British, go along with them. Wagging our tail with American foreign policy. Hate them. Paul Turner, loved it. Ian McHale, it got me into the Alien Invasion series and films. Total Recall on Mars, says Ian. Yes, thank you. That's what I'll just go through these, mate, and we'll start talking about other films. The Woman with the Three Breasts is Brian Morrissey. Good morning, Frank and Ray. Hope you're both well. Thank you, Brian. Yes.
Brian.
Paul Turner, The Phoenix Tapes. They have done films on that also. Yeah, The Phoenix Tapes, yeah. I've seen Phoenix Forgotten, which is a most recent film. And it's a true story. Phoenix Forgotten. Have you ever seen that, Lee?
No, not heard of it.
It's good. It's a true story. You know the Phoenix Lights? Have you ever heard about that? No, the Phoenix Lights, no. Do you know Kurt Russell?
Mm-hmm.
You heard of the actor Kurt Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was flying his little plane. He's flying his plane. And he passed this thing. And it's known as the Phoenix Lights over Phoenix. And he passed it. He said he didn't know what it was. Even the governor of Phoenix, he came out very recently, and he was ordered to say that it was it wasn't an alien spacecraft. Exactly, because you see him at the time, and he was saying, oh no, and they were making fun of it, like they had this thing dressed up as an alien. But he came out and said, that He said it was government. They told me you better say this and make fun of it. When he wasn't governor any longer, he's just come out and said that's what it was. Big, massive thing, and you just see loads of lights going around like that over the city. And Kurt Russell said he just Attack the Block, proper funny, that, say Stay. Yeah, that was a British film, wasn't it?
Joe Cornish directed that, didn't he?
Yeah. That was a freaky film, that, Frank. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Donald Sutherland. Yes. That was the remake of the original of the 50s. Lands of the Giants and Time Tunnel. Brilliant 60s shows. The Lands of the Giants. Time Tunnel was very good. It really was. Prince of Darkness, that's on tonight, I think.
Yeah, I watched that about a year ago, but it's really good, that, isn't it? Love that.
Very good. Prince of John Carpenter. Starring Alice Cooper. Is that... Hang on a minute. Am I getting mixed up? Because there's one with... what's his name? Mike Woods. What's his name? Woods. Good actor. Where they go vampire hunting in the John Carpenter one. But there's also one with Alice Cooper in. I don't know whether it's called Prince of Darkness. I'm sure. And Donald Pleasance is in it. Donald Pleasance is a priest. And they're in a church. It's really good, actually. But I get mixed up with them. Premier Hell. Facebook. I don't know what that. Premier Hell. Anyway, Alien Nation was a great film. James Caan and Mandy Patinkin. Yeah, that, yes. Alien Nation. And you think Mandy Patinkin was a girl, wouldn't you? It's not a fella. Look, there's our Premier L. I don't know what that's all about. These signs, you know them signs there? We should do, shouldn't we? Nobody can beat it. The Afghans and kicked Russia out as well. No, they didn't. Russia was made up to get out, and Russia said to the Americans, you're not going to defeat these people. They're everywhere. They're in the mountains, they're in the desert, they're everywhere. And the Americans said, we will.
History starts today.
Yeah.
What a load of crap.
Doing it for years. Couldn't do it. Still. But you're right, Gary, you know, Russia, they couldn't defeat them. And they were invited in, you know, by the way. They were invited in to sort out these rebels. And America goes in, make up a big, you know, to get rid of the Mujahideen. They went like, now listen, lads, change your name to Al Qaeda. He said, hey, yeah, all right, we'll give you loads of money.
The leader of the Mujahideen, he was like the famous one, probably the most famous one, the leader of the Mujahideen was actually killed by the Taliban after it was all over against the Russians.
Yes, the Evans, yeah. Buster, yeah, Donald Pleasance is in it. You know, I was see James Woods. There was one with James Woods in. And John Carpenter did that one as well. John Carpenter did that. And one of the Baldwins, he was in it as well. Cracking film. Really good film. but it's more or less the same title. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's a very good film. Steve. And Boss and Homeland as well. Class telly that. Homeland. Great film. And David Soul was making a documentary about Cuba before he passed away called Cuban Soul. I think it was one of those crowd-funded projects. Hopefully it will get finished and released. That won't say anything like that. See, look, America is controlled by government agencies, and they put out films that they want you to look at. And they've been like that since the Second World War. Let's put it that way.
Since the end of the Second World War, isn't it?
Yeah, and anything subversive, they won't allow out. It's got to be America wins. That's
got to be our message, Johnny.
Oh yeah, America's the good guys. Hey, we're going to save you. We're going to save your asses. That's what America's like. And they bully countries, small countries, they bully them. And that's what they're all about. They encroach everywhere. Now, NATO, what does NATO stand for? If you get any idea?
North American Atlantic Treaty Organization or something.
Yes, North Organization. Yeah. So where does it empower itself? The North Atlantic. Where are they? They're in Australia. They're all around Australasia. They're all around the Pacific. They're all around like the Indian Ocean. Now they're trying to, they're there in the South China Seas. Who owns the South China Seas?
China.
Yeah. And China have warned them. Where do you want to put NATO? What island?
Taiwan.
Thank you. Yeah. So they're everywhere. And Russia's warned them. He says, you're not going into Ukraine. And they only came out the other day, that Blinken, and went, yeah, they've been warned. Yeah, we want to put them in there. We want to put NATO in Ukraine. They will join one day. See what I mean? Poking the bear, as they say. And they said, you've been warned. You will you'll never go into Ukraine, not while we're here. America go after countries for their resources, just like the British Empire did. Let's get their resources and make ourselves rich, yeah, lads? Yeah, come on, let's go in. Went down to India. Oh, this is great here. Went to Australia. Get out there. New Zealand. The sun never sets. The British Empire. Everywhere. Like NATO. If you've got an empire, you take the resources. And they try to unseat with a coup d'etat in Kiev. So they unseat Putin. Oh, Putin. Slap, 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 slap. Go away. Go away. So, what's your favourite film ever? Have you got a favourite film?
I couldn't pick one. It's really hard to pick one. From childhood, if I go back to childhood, I really loved Beverly Hills Cop, the first one. I've probably watched that film, the first Beverly Hills Cop, more than any other film in existence. and it's just pure joy for me. I just love it. The soundtrack, the film, Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold, and John Ashton as well as his two cops. Ronnie, what's the name? As Bogomil, I love him as well. Ronnie Cox, that's it. I just loved that film. It was a nice time in my life. I was like 11, going on 12.
Did you ever see Deliverance with Ronnie Cox? Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
That was horrible, that wasn't it?
Ooh, yeah.
It's frightening. Those particular films are frightening.
They are, aren't they? Imagine being stuck there.
Well, this is it, you see. This is it. And that's why they have these films, the genre of like the Hills of Eyes and these hillbillies. Do you know how they got that name, hillbillies?
No.
Do you ever remember when people used to call them hillybillies? Seen them hillybillies? Hillybillies. Yeah. Brian Morrissey. Southern Comfort, is it? Yes.
Yeah. I love the Territorial Army, aren't they? They're like American TA in Southern Comfort, aren't they? Getting picked off.
Yeah. Appalachian Mountains, says Colin Dykes as well. Shall I tell you how they got the name Hillbillies? It might be hard to digest, but it's absolutely spot on. Lots of Scottish people, Protestants, left Scotland to go to America, and they went there. They went around the hills, and he was known as the King Billies.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Hence, Hillbillies.
All right. Yeah.
It's like the word F. You know, FU. Do you know the origins of that? Some very, big aristocrat was looking for his wife. And you know that Charles II was always, banging away. And anyway, this aristocrat said, "Have you seen Lady such and so?" And he said, "I want to know." And the reply was, "Lady so and so is fornicating under Charles the King."
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that? And that's the origins of FU. Ian McHale. Favourite film, The Shining. Love the ballroom scene where Jack is chatting to the barman. Everything about the scene, the ballroom, 30s music captures the mood perfectly. Brilliant. Never ever liked that film. People saying that it was frightening. Nothing at all frightening about it. Did you find?
I've come to like it more. When I first seen it, I didn't dislike it, and I didn't like it. It just didn't really catch me imagination that much. But the more times I've seen it in recent years, the more I like it, and I do like it. Yeah, I think it is a good film.
Yeah, Brian Morrissey, I knew it was a Scottish thing, hillbillies. It's only when people were looking for them and supplies and that, and they just said, "Oh, the billies, yeah, the hill, they live around the mountains, and they've gone in the interior." Yeah. The Thing, Kurt Russell, great film. If you've seen The Thing, you must have, Lee.
One of my faves, yeah.
I've got to take. Can you talk about some films? I've got to take. This is Francine.
Yeah, I love the Thing dearly. That's another one from. I've got great memories of things from childhood. So The Thing is one of the scariest films. When I say scary, obviously there's a lot of visuals in it. You see a lot in The Thing. And I was saying the other day that some of the scariest films for me are the psychological horrors that leave a lot to the imagination. Because there's nothing scarier than your own imagination, is there? There's nothing scarier than the human imagination. And I've got quite a good one, which scares the piss out of me on a regular basis when I'm watching psychological horrors. It's that whole thing, in it, of leaving stuff to the imagination. It lets your imagination run wild. And they're the ones that really get under my skin. But yeah, I love The Thing. It's brilliant. And what else was that? Like, there was another comment before. I'll let Frank back in.
No, I was. That was our Francine. She went to London yesterday. She took Sophia, my granddaughter, down to see a show, and she loved it. And she bought a program, and Sophia got all the autographs of the cast. Isn't that lovely? And do you know what? I never asked her what show she went to see, because she loves musicals. Our baby, she loves musicals. So she just said, I'll be down later on. So I said, okay.
I'm not really one for musicals, but I love songs from musicals. You can just go on YouTube and stick a few on, like.
I don't never had done. I remember taking a girl to the Odeon, and she said, I said, do you want to go to Pix? And you're asking for these dates and that. She said, yeah, all right. I said, I'll see you Friday. She went, yeah, all right. So anyway, I said, what do you want to see? And she said, we'll go to the Odeon night to see. And I went, okay, what's it about? She said, I don't know. I got told it was great though. And it was West Side Story. And sitting there after about 10 minutes, doing all this. And, and I went like that. I said, do you fancy an ice cream? And she went, I'd love one. I said, okay, I won't be a minute. I think the girl's still sitting there. Oh, come on.
How chivalrous of you.
I know. It's shocking, I know, but I should never have. But anyway, she got to see it. Maybe she just sat there and enjoyed it. Beverly Hills Cop.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack is brilliant. That's one of the things that I love as much as the film. And I used to have it on my Walkman, when I was a schoolboy. Because then, Walkmans came out not long ago. I think they were already out when I first seen the film. But then I got one, when I was a bit older than 11. And I was always walking around with it on my Walkman. Because that was before I was into any bands, before I was into my own music. When you're 11, 12, I wasn't really into my own bands. It was only when I was 13, say, that I got into music and was into certain bands. So before that, I'd listen to film soundtracks or, the things that were in the house that my stepdad and my mum listened to, which would be Christy Berg, the Christians, the Police. There was some good music. A lot of it was crap, but you know what I mean.
Well, anyway, Ian McHale, yep, The Thing. Some talk about trying to get Kurt Russell back for this sequel. Now, did you watch the Thing, Lee?
Mm.
Do you remember the end?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think happens at the end? Now, Ian McHale says some talk about trying to get Kurt Russell back for the sequel. Because you don't know who's the alien, do you? Between him and that other fella, and he's got the thing to blow them up.
Mm. Keith David, isn't it?
He's a bit
Kurt
old.
Russell and Keith David are left at the end, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a bit old now, aren't they? Kurt is anyway. You know,
I prefer no sequel, to be honest. I don't think I'd be on board for a sequel as much as I love the thing. I think you'd rather just left it as it is, you know, a singular entity.
well, to do that, you know, to do a sequel, Kurt, you know, he looks his age now. You know, he looks very old. They'd have to have him as a survivor. Now, he wasn't a scientist in the film. Do you remember what he was?
He was the pilot, wasn't he, for the chopper?
Just the helicopter pilot. Unless, you know, they make the fit, like, say, like, they get him when he's old, you know. He could be, like, living in a home, or you just don't know. And, hey, listen, you know, we want to locate where this thing was. If you got any idea, can you show us? And, you know, he agrees to show the location where this particular craft was. Okay. That's the only way.
The only way the sequel could make sense for me is if you could pick it up from where it left off, and then it carries on from where it left off. But, you know, he's too old now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he would have blown up, but that's the only other way, is to get him, you know, like show like a little thing, you know, at the beginning about not them. How I'd do it is, you know, like go back and you see, don't you, where they're looking at a film on a screen, where you see, like, you know, figures around this massive thing that's buried in the snow.
The Norwegians, innit?
Yeah. So they could turn around, like present day, and go, where is this? Where's the location? We don't know where the look, because everywhere got blown up, didn't it? Everything was blown up. And then they just look at the records and say, oh, listen, this, you know, the character of Kurt Russell. Wonder if he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. He's, you know, he finds out that he's still alive and he's in some home. You know, still active.
Yeah.
Or he could be married, you know, with just his old wife. Kids have flown the nest and all that. Go and see him. Do you know where it is? Yeah. Bad memories. Can you show us? You know, reluctantly goes along with it. And that's the only way I think that could be played out.
Yeah, I suppose I could go for that. Like, I'd watch it, I'd want to see it. But that's what he said in the film, and he said, I'm going to blow everything up, so there's nowhere for, you know, and there's no one left but him and Keith David, so there's nothing else for the thing to go into to try and when there's nothing left and no one to go into, the thing just hibernates in the ice till someone else disturbs it, doesn't it? That's what it does.
Well, the point is, yeah, I understand that, but one of them has to die because one of them is the alien. So if they're getting hold of Kurt Russell, it's that the other fella, isn't it? Who's the alien. So we must kill him. Unless he gets off and, you know, he doesn't get caught. Anyway.
It was a great way to end the film, wasn't it? Just him and Keith David left, and he said, let's just sit here and see how this plays out. And they've got a hip flask, and he gives it to Keith David, and he's like, sure. As a swing.
Yeah. Salem's Lot freaked me out with that kid tapping on the window. David Soul starred, yeah. It was very good. It was very good.
Something else I rewatched recently about 8 months ago, possibly a year ago, and I watched it twice, maybe 3 times, just to enjoy it.
Which Salem's?
Yeah, Salem's from the 80s, because I was a kid, but I was only about 8 or 9 when that come out.
Big Trouble in Little China is my favourite Kurt Russell film. Perfect.
Yeah, brilliant.
Say Brian Morrison. Never took to that Kurt Russell though. I liked him in Alien. Ian McHale, yep, cracker, Brian and Lee. I can remember going into Woolworths, Old Swan, to buy Axel F 12-inch vinyl. This is going from football to films to music.
Well, the sounds part of the films, aren't they? You know.
He definitely remade the thing. Yeah, it came from the 50s again. That was a slant at communism. That's why they made it. Yep, the remake was watchable, Brian. Says Ian McHale. Who played the main guy in it, Ian? Ian, who played the main guy? The main guy.
In the original?
Yeah, it was James Arness, wasn't it? He was the Thing. Remember Gunsmoke? Matt Dillon. No, but he was 6'5", a big fella. Not a bad actor, actually. James Mason stars in Salem's Lot. I don't know where they come from with these.
Oh, he's so creepy in Salem's Lot. James Mason as
brilliant
so
actor.
Creepy. He was creepier than the bloody vampire itself. James Mason.
Brilliant actor. He had that very distinctive voice, didn't he? Yeah. Very distinctive. And I'm sure they were all Scandinavian actresses, Brian. I don't recall anyone famous in the remake 2011. No, it wasn't. It was a prequel. That was a prequel, that film. See, the thing was, you've got to remember that they found Norwegian film. You see them all like this, you know. Anyway, they found this thing, and that's where they found this big UFO buried in the snow, buried in the ice, not the snow. And I've been there for been there for hundreds of years. So the prequel was when they actually located it. You see, and so there was no major stars and what we know as major stars. They were all Scandinavian.
I did see it, the remake, the prequel thing, because I didn't look for it myself, but my little brother's mate brought it round here about, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago or something, when I'd not long lived in this flat. And I did watch it, but I couldn't really get into it. If I'm honest, I think I was really, really drunk as well, like when he put it on. So like a lot of it just, I can't remember because I was hammered.
Well, Brian Morrissey says, in the modern remake, I mean, yeah, the remake wasn't a remake, it was a prequel. A remake is the remake of the thing, but it was a prequel. You know, you shouldn't get mixed up with the like a remake. Just say prequel to the thing, the new film prequel to the, you know, the thing.
Did you like the old Equalizer TV series with Edward Woodward from the 80s? It was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? It was a bit rubbish, the Equalizer TV series.
I said at the time. I'm just laughing at some. I said at the time, you wouldn't have him running after you, would you? You know him, Edward Woodward. You were a big murderer, a big gangster, you know. And him coming up to you going, now hang on a minute, you know, you're shut up. Well, I always remember we were at a funeral, right? So we were in the church, and you know, when it's Solomon, the church, and everybody went, and anyway, one of the lads walked down, you know, the aisle, the middle aisle. so just turn around and you have this Mac on this dirty Mac, and one of the lads went, see the equalisers come showing up. And it just went to that. Went that into the equalisers just showed. So, those mad things that, resonate. Oh.
Yeah, I remember the TV series because my stepdad used to make me laugh when I was a small boy. When I was in junior school, he was saying that about Edward Woodward, saying it's not very believable that he's going to beat up all these thugs, is it? Like, he just raises his hand and they all go, fall over and are dead and that. Like, it just made me laugh the way he said it, my stepdad.
Right, so Ian McKay says, all right, so the 2011 film set the scene for the John Carpenter's version. Yeah, it's not bad, actually. It's not about film. Not about film, Ian. Great theme tune, though, The Equalizer. Yeah. Morecambe and Wise, Frank, Starsky and Hutch comedy sketch. Starkers and Crutch. Yeah. Because we used to say car keys and clutch. Starkers and Crutch. Have you seen the McPherson tape film, The Family Around the Thanksgiving? Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit weak, that. That was very weak. It was like all the camera type film, wasn't it? Yeah, the McPherson, yeah. Oh, it's an alien, wasn't it? So, but so try and get hold of, 6 Below, which is good. If you haven't seen, you get it on. I don't know what you get it on. And watch The Accused with Morgan Freeman. If you haven't seen it yet, and Gene Hackman. Cracking film. Really good. And Norman, he comes on the football show. He was on this the other way. He must be in Gracie Market now. Anyway, he said, who's the murderer? See, you've got to look and listen at these films. You've got to look and listen at the films, just keep looking. Do you know when you're watching a film and you want to make a cup of tea, or you go for a pee or anything, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
Pause the film?
Yes, it's as simple as that. Just pause it. Because you do miss parts in it. You do miss parts in films. And that's it. Right. So what we'll do, I've got to get ready for our Francis. She'll be down in an hour to get a shower, a shave, and
so see you tomorrow night for the post-match for the Palace.
Yeah, it's
do or die, isn't it? Tomorrow. I mean, we've got to beat them, and we've got to beat them well. I think we've got to get a few of our goal difference going that way, haven't we? Just in case it comes down to that at the end, which it might well do.
See, I can't. I really cannot get that defeat out of my head. I really can't, Can't get it out of my head. Because we were beaten convincingly. I've watched Liverpool for years. I think we could. I'll tell you how long I've been watching them. I think we tried to sign Moses once. That's how long I've been watching them. And I've never ever seen them play as bad as that.
It was shambolic, wasn't it? It was shambolic the other night.
You know, in Europe, at Anfield, the only time I've ever seen them play bad and go out, I'm not talking about, really, I'm not talking about Real Madrid last season, where we were soundly beaten. I'm talking about previous games, you know, at Anfield nights. And it was when the Irishman, you don't like mentioning his name, was our manager, and we played Basel. When we played Basel, and we went out. That was shocking. But we played better that night against Basel when we drew 1-1 than we played the other night. So that was the worst European game I've ever seen in my entire life. And
the thing is, we weren't a good side under the Irishman, were we? We weren't a good side then. But like, this is a good Liverpool team. So to see us lose that easily at home was it was something else, wasn't it? Like, it was a bit dispiriting. And to be honest, even before that, I've not been doing as much football lately. I've been doing your pods and that sometimes, but I haven't been sitting here going on every live stream available, typing stuff and, you know, watching all the LFCV stuff, all the talk. I've got so much, I've got a backlog of stuff. I might just delete it because I just want to forget the last few weeks, and hopefully we'll improve in what's left of the season. Because I'm a bit like that sometimes, and people can say, "Oh, you're not a real fan, giving up," and I'm not giving up or not. And it's just I can't be bothered with the extra stuff lately. I'll watch the match, but I can't be arsed with the extra stuff lately.
Well, there's a pod, right, and I couldn't believe what one of the podders said. You know, there's a little group of them that come out. I'm not going to mention it. And he said, "Well, the season's over for me. I won't be bothered watching any other games." You know, after we got beat by Atalanta, he said, "We're not going to win the league," you know. And you know, what else is there to play? So I'm giving up now. I'm not. I won't be watching them again. He's a Liverpool supporter. He's not a Scouser, by the way.
Yeah.
But he professes to being a Liverpool supporter. I don't think they've got the Scouse mentality. I always remember, Lee. You know, in the grounds, you know, you see the crowds moving out. You know, like 10 minutes to go, and it was always in the Kemlyn Road stand. You know, which is now the Kerry Dalglish stand. And the cop always used to sing to them, "Sit down, you bum, sit down, you bum, sit down, you bum, sit down." Know what I mean? And, you know, that's us. I always wait until the end, until that final whistle.
Yeah.
Whether we were getting beat or winning or what.
Yeah. I've never left the match early. Even when I've been to matches where we were crap from the first whistle, I still stay for the game. What I was saying about just the last few weeks is, yeah, I'm still watching the games and I'll never give up. I won't give up till it's impossible. And even then, I'll still watch the final game, even if it's all over and we've lost out. I'll still be watching the game. It's just the extra bits and bobs, other people's streams that aren't your ones, and the stuff on LFC TV. I'm watching like films and TV series lately instead, or alternatively, I'll just listen to music all day or something. You know what I mean? Because I'll
go through some of these. I'll go through some of these if I might. Ian McKay needs to bounce back tomorrow. Everyone needs to get to Anfield and bring a great atmosphere. Can't be having that atmosphere again like the other night was shocking, says Ian McHale. Great show, Frank and Lee. Let's hope tomorrow the Reds can put it. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. That was shocking. The Markovic got sent off, and he's talking about the Basel game by the referee for slapping a Basel player. Yeah. I always remember the Irish magician, so-called magician. He had Ricky Lambert on, started the game, and we needed to win the game. So at half time, he was only a striker. So at half time, he took him off. He didn't come out for the second half when we needed to win the game. Big up Frank Lee and chat, says LFC Aaron. Bristol City in the FA Cup 94 under Souness stands out for me, which we lost at Anfield in a replay.
Brian Tinian scored the Bristol City goal.
Too complacent, says Aaron. It affects your mood, Lee. These last few weeks have been depressing. Only a win can give everyone a lift again. That's why Sunday is so important now. Then just see what we can do next Thursday. You know, how many games have we won in the last 7? Is it 3 or 4? I'm not quite so sure. Paul Turner. I bet it was drift. Yeah, it was. From Coppers, you're on about the guy is negative. He was about taking a sabbatical next season. Yeah, let him, because he's taken a sabbatical from me. And that's the end of that. I like that Callum lad and Matty. I've never liked that lad, that drifty. Never liked him. So, yeah, he said, I've given up. You don't give up on Liverpool Football Club. You do not give up on Liverpool Football Club.
No, I never give up. Even like when we were really, really poor under Roy Hodgson and that, I'd never miss a match. There was never a match I wouldn't watch, even if I knew we wouldn't win. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is the extra bits have not been done, but that's down to age as well. I'm getting on, so like, you know, your leisure time's precious as you're getting on. You know, you've got to have time for other things apart from football as well, haven't you?
Well, LFC, Aaron says, this could possibly have been Klopp's last home European game at Anfield. What a way to go out.
Yeah, with a whimper on the pitch and a whimper in the stands.
And the lovely Jane. Hiya, Jane. Afternoon, Frank, Lee and chat. That was a LFC fan mentality, not a true LFC supporter. You don't give up till the last whistle of the last game of the season. Let's go. 100%. Absolutely, Jane. Good shout. That's a really good shout, Jane. Thank you so much. Souness got sacked after the Bristol City defeat. Yes, he did.
Which was the one bright spot of the result, wasn't it? We got rid of Souness.
And LFC, that is just Drifty's way of coping. Oh, piss off. I'm not having that, Aaron. I'm not having that, mate. We all cope. But we don't go, I'm going on a sabbatical next year, you know. You don't do that. I'm sorry. Who does he think he is, Klopp? We're supporters. You support them through thick and thin. I don't like Shankly's... I've never liked that quote because it's aimed at ordinary people fans who actually criticise, you know, when they've got a right to criticise. And that is, if you don't support us, what is it? If you don't support, what is it? Don't support us when we lose, don't support us when we win. You know, that type of quote. Because that's what's aimed at people who criticise Liverpool. But that's not a criticism, what that drifty fella said. I've given up now, yeah. And as James said, you give up on the final whistle in the 90th minute, the last game of the season. That's a very good comment on that one. And that's just not having that LFC. I'm sorry. He can go to hell. Drifty will still watch, yeah. He'll watch, but I won't watch him ever again. Sorry. Drifty is sound. He was lashing out. Yeah, I lashed out. I swore. I was angry. I was frustrated. But one thing I didn't say. One thing. That's it. I'm not watching them again. I won't watch them next season. I never said that. I didn't say that. And I've never heard anybody say that. Not any true Liverpool supporter. So to me, he's not a true supporter. He can sod off.
The way I am, like when it was at its worst under like Souness and Hodgson and whoever else, when we've been bad, my support gets stronger when we're doing bad. When we're having bad seasons and finishing like 6th and 7th, I support them even more, and I'm more argumentative and aggro on the edge of me. This is before the internet I'm talking, but I'm louder in the pub and going off my head more when I'm watching it in the pub or something like. The support gets more with me when we're going through bad times. It has been a knock. It has been a knock the last few weeks, but we're going to win some. I think we'll beat Palace. The only thing that's up for debate is how well we'll beat them. I think. How many we'll beat them by.
Hey, McKay. Frank got a great tip for the national later. Dusty carpet. Never been beaten. See? Let's see. Big up, Mr. Conway. This is LFC Aaron today. Mr. Conway to John Conway. And our lovely Jean says, no matter what, you must believe. Simple. Yes, it is simple. Because, okay, we'll be having a post-match tomorrow, but we'll also be having a preview next Tuesday. We will be talking about the Atalanta game coming up on the Thursday. Whether we can, I think a lot depends tomorrow.
It's doable in Bergamo. We can do it, but we need to score early, which won't be easy against an Italian side in Italy. But it's doable. Nothing's impossible.
Is it though?
Well, it's tough. It's going to be tough, and the odds are against it. But we've overturned the odds before.
Exactly, because we're European royalty, aren't we?
With the Premier League, only real European royalty. Chelsea reckon the European royalty, and I'm like, what? Your European royalty?
Mikey M says, on my way to the cafe, being late from Stockholm. Thanks for streaming. And on we go. You'll never walk alone. Mikey M. On my way to the cafe, being late from Stockholm. He's a lake. Do you ever remember Up Pompeii? Frankie Howard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever remember his name in it?
Lekio.
Well, that's what that Mikey M says. Being lake, and he was late. He was a laker, wasn't he? That's what he, named him. Play on words, isn't it, Lekio? Keegan Murphy. Hello, lads. Hiya there, lads. Hope you're well. It's been a minute. What the hell have we been doing on the pitch? Oh, sorry, not a football chat. My bad. Doesn't matter. We've been talking football. We've been talking everything, to be honest. LFC Aaron, Frank, this has been coming. The slow starts, the complacency in some games. Yeah.
The slow starts need to stop. We've got to start stopping the slow starts, because it's just, I mean, we're starting like a tortoise, aren't we, in every game recently, and it's just not on because we're falling behind, and we have been coming back earlier in the season from going behind, but it's not happening lately. Or if we come back, we only come back to draw. You know, we've got to have better starts, haven't we?
Well, the point is now is this. If they are complacent and talking about the other lot, Atalanta, they could become complacent, because Liverpool went out there the other night and says, we're going to stuff these. That was it. Klopp even thought so. That's why he made 6 changes. You don't do that. But I said that before the game. Do not make too many changes. And he did. So it was down to Klopp. It really was. And he just took them, we're going to beat these. We're going to just mow them off the lawn. Just mow them off the lawn.
Palace don't look that good recently, do they, under that bloke, Oliver Glasner, who I'd never heard of before he came. So, surely we can give them a bit of a stuffing, as long as we don't start slowly and we can get in front early. We could give them a right stuffing, I think.
Well, the thing is, as well, they had their second stream goalkeeper in goal. He only saved one shot from Mo Salah. We were shocking. This team has not done it together as of yet, but let's get at it. This is where we build our new memories with our new squad, says Gene. Ian McHale. Atalanta looks solid, but they weren't the quickest. If we can bring speed to our play next Thursday, and with Jota up top, we can get the chance. Yeah, and we get loads of chances in games, and Jota has come at the right moment to put them away. And the odes in up Pompeii were funny, an ode to Flavia, Ian McHale. But you get, going back to Atalanta, it's not a matter of having the quickest, it's who he picks. And on Tuesday night, we'll be talking about what team he shall put out. I'm not talking about it now. And I won't be talking about it tomorrow night either. We've done well without Trent, but his absence is showing now. That's a very good point. That's an excellent, well said, Aaron.
We've missed them loads, haven't we? We've missed his
We've missed Dolly. I blame, unequivocally, honestly, Kelleher for 2 goals. The first one, where it went under his body, and the other one where he spilled it right in front of the player, and he just banged it in for the third. Think about it. It's highly unlikely we can turn it around on Thursday, but it wouldn't surprise me if we turned it around, especially if we score early and they think it's done and dusted. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Like scoring
Really?
early is good, but scoring first is crucial because if they score first, it is over then. There's no coming back if they score first.
No. Oh, who's Liz Golden? Liz Golden. I would very much like if LFC stopped sucking and play football. Liz, I know you're an American, darling, but shouldn't be saying things like that. It's a different meaning here, isn't it? Right.
Can be, yeah, can be. Another one of those words with several meanings, connotations.
Yes. Well, nice to see you, Liz. And she's on Nothing But the Reds. She's a moderator. And the two smashing lads, two good. Fella named Kyle and the other fella, I think it's Steve. Really good Reds. And you know, the proper supporters. Not like that thrifty fella. He's taking a sabbatical next season. Get out of it. Behave yourself.
Jeez,
But you're right there, Liz. You know, you're right. You're spot on. Yeah, right. We have a better players than Atalanta. If we play as a team, it just takes a second to score, says Paul Tate. Yes. And with Jota back as well. With Mo, you know, he's quick, Mo. Darwin Núñez, I'm afraid there are too many chances gone begging for me now. Too many. He's missed more. I think we'd be away in the league if he'd have scored the chances that he had. And as someone said to me, the goals he scored against Newcastle, I think they were one-offs. It was me who said that. And as LFC Aaron says, great podcast, Nothing But the Reds. It is. I don't half enjoy them. Sometimes I don't comment, I just listen to them. But they're really nice lads. They know the stuff. They know the stuff. I like that Kyle lad. Oh, he's good, I like him.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother playing Núñez and Bergamo. I'm liking the idea of Jota and Jay Dan's playing though.
Núñez has 11% conversion rate. 11%.
It's piss poor, that, isn't it?
It's shocking. That's the amount of chances he's missed. He should have put that, he should have buried that the other night. Buried it. Could have done anything. Could have gone around the goalkeeper. He could have just started. Could have done anything. And he tried to dip it. But he got it all wrong.
Great ball from Jones as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Aaron says Jota is 25%. And he's been out. But, you know, that was a change, the whole complexity of the game if we would have put that away. Would you agree with me there?
Yeah, different game. Same with Elliott. Oh, that was so unlucky because it was going in off the underside of the bar and then the post got in the bloody way, didn't it?
But that's the only thing he did. Elliott, that was it. He hasn't got pace or anything. He's just running around. I don't know what he was doing running around. He was shocking. And I don't know. I've always said this. He's better coming off the bench. He's better coming off the bench. Why did he bring... I'm not being funny. What, for wanting to win the game. And he brought Robertson on. Why? I can't understand. I can't get that through my head still. He brought Robertson on as defender who runs up and down the wing and crack. I just don't understand that. Why didn't he bring young Dan's on? Dan's is a fantastic player, and he would be an unknown quantity to Atalanta. They'd would never have seen him play. And the Nunes chance versus United, where he just passes instead of shooting, was abysmal.
It weren't even that good. It doesn't have to have been twice as good to qualify as abysmal.
And Liz says, Elliot was so Elliot. At least he was trying to make stuff happen, though, Frank Elliot. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Really, I'm not saying that. But what's a Gapco doing? Gapco had 2 good runs. And everyone's saying, oh, he was great. You know, man of the match. Great. Gappy. Oh, it's terrible. Never had a shot at the goal. Jota came on. He did more in a minute than the rest of them did all the entire game. Elliot was unlucky, says Liz. With that shot, yeah. Would you have taken Jones off, by the way, Lee?
No.
I wouldn't have taken Jones off. And he did.
I think it might have been more down to the fact that it was his first game back rather than that he wasn't playing well. But I thought he was playing adequately to stay on the pitch myself.
Paul Turner, against the odds, it would be great to make another piece of history by turning us around away from Anfield. Yeah, they're quite capable of doing it, but we need Alisson in goal.
Yeah, and we need Canate playing all the games that are left as well.
Absolutely.
As well as Quance has done, I don't want to see him again this season because I want Ibu to play all the games. He should be playing all the games.
But Lee, people are saying, oh, you know, they want Quance in. There was some joke last night I was listening to saying Quance has got to play now.
Why?
You know that Irish fella, that Craig Golden, is it? I want Quance in now. Ibu.
I liked, you know, but Ibu's the experienced one. See, it's the fitness thing. Getting on my nerves.
Precisely. For me, Gapco, Gravenberch, Robbo, Semikas, Diaz will be gone in the summer, says, roll me up one, fat boy. What do you think?
At least 2 of them are definitely going, I think, in the summer.
Well, I'll tell you who's going. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Robertson, Alisson, Nunes, Diaz, and Mo Salah. And we're getting Solanke back from Bournemouth. Keegan Murphy, Szoboszlai and Gakpo have been up both. Now, did you believe what I said then about all those going?
Anything's possible in the you know, once the new guy comes in, anything's possible because whoever's coming in, they've probably been watching, haven't they? And looking at who they do and don't fancy. So it's going to be interesting to see who leaves along with Thiago and Matip and Adrian. I just hope them 3 are definitely gone because they've got nothing left for us. Thiago hasn't had anything for us anyway in fitness terms. Adrian's a crap goalie and Matip's a crock. Even though he was a good free transfer, he spends too much time out injured. So we need replacements that are going to be on the pitch.
Right, okay. You've got that right. You've got that. What player would we get the most money for?
Mo.
No.
Diaz.
No. And don't forget FSGA. What's their model?
Sells it by.
Thank you. The most expensive player, the most money we'll get for a player is Trent. Because Ancelotti loves him. He loves him, and they pay big bucks for him. More so than Mo or any of them.
Well, we need the big bucks.
And yeah, of course. And you know the way the FSG mob spin, you know, lots of spin come from them all the time, loads of it. His head was turned by Bellingham. And I've always wanted to play for Madrid. All this crap.
Why has he said that, has he?
No, but that's what will be said.
Right.
Do you get me? If I was Mo, I'd run down my contract, Champions League, for one more. So he's rolled me up. Yep. Nunes, I've just been shaking my head lately. Not angry, but nowhere near happy. The guy is dreadful when he wants to be. I don't know, Keegan, you know, is he dreadful now or is he going to be dreadful till the end of the season? Jones's class starts with Enzo and Maka for me every week. Enzo has shown he struggles when teams press him. Bang on, Aaron. Bang, bang, bang on. Absolutely. Keegan, yeah, that Keller goal he let under his arms killed me. Whatever happened to Ali?
Killed me and it killed the tie. Well, the team. Not the tie, the match. The match in the
That's
team.
a hip replacement, Keegan. He'll be back in 2 years' time. Quansar and Eby won't be looked at if we bring in Inacio and Diamandi.
I want us to bring in Inacio and Diamandi. I'd sell Canate to PSG if they want him. Obviously keep Giroud because he's homegrown and he's young. But Canate's fitness record is getting on my nerves now, as good as he is when he plays. But he's only good when he plays regularly. If he only comes in and has one game here and there, he's not that good when he's not warmed up. Any player has to play regularly to be in top form. And Ibu just never has more than 1 or 2 games in a row, does he? And we can't be having that. So I'd sell him to PSG if possible.
Keegan Murphy, no way, Frank. Yeah, I was only joking. I was only joking about all that. But some will go. Believe you me. Believe you me. LFC Aaron. Great show again, Frank. Thank you, LFC Aaron.
Cheers,
My wonderful friend. Thank you. How many likes has been pressed, boys and girls? Not many, has there? I want all the defence to work their butts off. Says our lovely Liz. Liz, how can you tell that Liz is an American?
Defence is spelt with an S.
Yes. And what else?
Butts.
Yes. Yes. She's on that. You want to watch it, you know. It's a cracking pod. Nothing but the Reds. 2 American lads. And as I said, Liz is she's a moderator. And she never, ever acknowledges me or, you know, because she knows that I'm English. Never acknowledges me. She knows I'm a true Scouser. Only joking, Liz. Only joking. Yeah. But you're right there, Liz, you know, about the defence. And they should do as well. Because it's just getting ridiculous, letting silly goals in. And that's what I'm worrying about next Thursday. Only got to let one in.
Do you think it's worth giving Jota 60 minutes to beat Palace rather than... I'm thinking he'll probably play 45 versus Palace. But what do you reckon? Is it worth giving him 60 minutes, an hour?
Who?
Jota, because we need
Yeah.
him as soon
Yeah.
as possible,
Yeah.
and it means him getting into it as soon as possible.
I'd give him half an hour, Domani, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a, you know, give him 15 to half an hour tomorrow.
Well, he had 15 the other night, didn't he, against Atalanta? 15 of 20.
She gets some
Yeah.
strength, energy into it, and then
I'd be
just
giving him a
unleash.
full half, the Palace. I'd be giving him at least a full half.
Well, all right then, whatever. And just unleash him against Atalanta
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with Mo and Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Diaz is quick. They are slow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that they were man marking, but Klopp will work that man marking out, and they will be complacent. They'll just show up like that and go, "Hey, let's do these tonight." That's what they'll do. I know that. But their manager is an old, he's got an old head on. Don't underestimate Liverpool. And then you'll have our fans there. They all go, all the lads who I know, they'll all be there in Bergamo. And Jane says, what the yes, Jane. Know what you mean. Roll me up. You said earlier, Frank, no chance career boy for us. He came out, didn't he? Do you remember the other day and went like that? Yeah, I'll be knocking on the door. He's better coming off the bench as all his little Elliot. What do you reckon? There's Zayn Hanif. Wataru is a solid player, but he's not the quality to be a starter. That's the first time I've heard someone say that. And you know what? I agree with him. That's why I've always cried out for a DM for 2 years. You know that, don't you? Haven't I? Jones Elliott, no way. Trent Lee. Ali. Yeah. Says our lovely team. See, Ali must play. I thought he was fucking. I thought he was ready for last week. Last week. I thought he was ready for the Man United game. Then I thought he'd be ready for the Atalanta game. You get nothing from the club, and that's so annoying. It's so annoying. What our club come out with, you know, they go, oh yeah, he'll be ready. Club comes on and says, yeah, you know, next week, you know, all that. Then all of a sudden, it's not. And that's the annoying thing. That's the frustration with, you know, our club, especially with Klopp. Klopp does it all the time. When you need players back. Keegan Murphy. I think Diaz, Thiago, Matip, and possibly Mo or Trent could go. That's Keegan. Yeah, I think the way FSG are, you know, they just say to whoever's coming in as the manager, if you want money, sell your best player. Like they always do. But I'm hoping I'm wrong, and we just invest. Keegan, look at me. Look at me. Right, Keegan, look at me. Are you having a laugh? We just invest. But who am I kidding? Exactly. You've got more chance of a chocolate fire guard right in front of a fire, a blazing fire, that warms the whole of the whole of the house. A blazing fire. We're all sitting there in comfort and everything else. And that chocolate god, fire god, not melting. That's how much chance you have of FSG investing on the pitch. No chance.
They were talking about getting extra investments in a few months ago, weren't they?
Say that again, Ray.
FSG were talking about getting extra investment in a few months ago, weren't they? That they were going to get.
Doesn't come to us.
Or they were looking for extra investments.
Doesn't come to us. That red bear, remember exactly. Remember the 600 million they threw in? What came to it? Did we buy anyone? No, we didn't buy anyone. They ended up investing in a bloody ice hockey thing. Oh, fuck off, Steve. Sorry. Stay, I'm still doing the show. What do you mean? Go. Is that true? No, you're joking. And Klopp has done that U-turn, are you? Klopp has done the U-turn. Really? Oh, fantastic. I can't wait till I tell all these. I can't believe it. So what's he said as he turned around? Go away. Stay, thank you for that. Oh, thank you. And Mo's staying, is he? And he wants to end his career at Liverpool. That'll do me as well. That's fantastic. Stay, I've got to go, mate. I've got to study it. And he's got...
You heard it here first.
What do you think? What do you think?
Happy Mays up. If Mays up with Mo staying, like. Not so sure about Klopp though. I think I'd just rather want the new guy coming in, to be honest. The new era.
Let's go. It says, Frank, that's not true. I always talk to you. I was only joking, Liz. That's what you call sense of humour. Oh, look, she's laughing out. Look. That's lovely. So what do you think of doing the U-turn? Hey.
I'm shocked.
Doing the U-turn.
Shocked beyond belief.
And there's roll me up says, no way, F off.
Well, there has been rumours.
You F off. Don't tell me to F off. Paul saying, is this happening? Oh my God. What just happened?
And apparently,
our little lovely Liz from all the way from her. Frank is playing with our heartstrings.
Linders is going to have more say in affairs as well. In the turnaround, Linders is going to do more when it comes to like picking the team and that. So we'll all be looking forward to that, won't we, people?
Yeah. You see, what's the date today, Lee?
13th.
You see, I always have my April Fool on the 13th.
Wise thing to do, Frank.
It is, isn't it? And Steve Evans, who rang me, he was going, what are you talking about? Because I was saying, go away, because he does it to me all the time. Steve Evans does it to me all the time, because he was saying, what are you talking about? So no, ladies and gentlemen, we're still after a new manager. And look at roll me up says, I wasn't swearing at you, Frank. I mean to say, no way, this has happened. I'm buzzing. I've never swear at you. I was only joking. I was only, and I said, I'm not reading that out because Evans does it to me. He rings me up, you know. And sometimes, you know, like I'm in a good mood, and you know, the way you get up and go, I feel great, and get a shower, and you feel great, and you sit down, and then he rings me and winds me up. But he winds me up with the truth. You know what I mean? Winds me up with the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
He winds me up.
Just taking it back into films there.
And look, Keegan Murphy's laughing his head off. I like that, Keegan. And so it's a joke. I actually believed it. Of course. God, blimey. Of course it was. But you see how we are. See how vulnerable. Listen to the two girls here. There's golden. I'd swear at you, Frank. Hey, Frank, I'd swear at you. Thank you, Liz. She'll tell Kyle and that other lad who does the nothing but the red. She'll tell them, hey, do you know that guy, Frank Carlyle? He came out and he got a phone call and he's saying, Clappers, it's not a U-turn. I know I've got a terrible American accent, but there's a beautiful Jew says, that's wicked, Frank, shut up. Gee, you know my sense of humor better than anyone. And Steve says, Fat Sam in the lobster pot now, tactically planning his new job at LFC under Uncle Joe. I'm crying out, bloody hell, Franco. Oh, mamma mia. But anyway, I'm going to finish on that. I've got Francine coming down. She's taking me shopping. So if anyone wants to get hold of me, please do, darlings. And I'll see you all. I know you're meant to stay because he's saying, Joanne's that is. I know it is. Fat Sam and the lobster pot now, tactically planning his new job at LFC with Uncle Joe. That's Joe Anderson. Anyway, it's just for me to say a big thank you for tuning into the Film and TV Review Show. And what did we have today? We had football. What else did we have?
Football, films, soundtracks.
Yeah. Nobody was something else we digressed into something else as well. I forget what it was.
Communism, was it?
Communism, yes, thank you, Mamma Mia. Yeah, La Rouge. La Rouge. La Rouge. Rossi. Great stream, Frank and Lee and chat. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Gene.
Really, you'd appreciate it. Take care, Frank and Lee. Up the Reds. Have a good weekend, says Paul Turner. El Clopo, stay ever. And Liz Golden. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Liz. I hope you, become a little regular on my particular podcast that goes out. We'll be having a post-match tomorrow. So if you're doing nothing tomorrow, Liz, if nothing but the Reds is having a post-match, join mine. See what we talk about post-match. Okay. And the regular goes out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our pods, but we do have pre-match and we do have post-match also. So thank you, everybody who joins in this morning. I only got up before. I'm going to get a shower now. Never had time to get a shower. And just, Ray, my little mate there, Ray, is... What film have you got for everyone to watch?
For me, Under Gods was the one I started with. It's a sort of futuristic dystopian thing, sort of world gone wrong after some sort of calamity, catastrophe type thing. There's a lot of films like that.
I like a good disaster film. And I'll tell you what I liked. Knowing Nick Cage. Cracking film. But a clever film. So that's my film of the week, people. If you haven't seen Knowing, watch it. Knowing Nick Cage. Have a good one, people, says Keegan Murphy. You never walk alone. Fingers crossed for the rest of the season. Thank you, Keegan. Thank you, fella. I once, oh yeah, Damage with Samuel last night. I watched. Was okay. Gene, one of the lads said that when he first came on, Damage. When he first, when we first started the show, he says, watch it. Liz, the Philadelphia Story with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, Liz, I don't know whether you know this, he came to Liverpool a few weeks ago to do a question and answer. And do you know that he loves the city of Liverpool? And also, Woody Harrelson comes to Liverpool quite a lot because he loves the city of Liverpool. Don't know whether you're aware of that. And friends of mine, Paul Birchall, he gets all his photographs taken with loads of people. And he has one with Chris Pine. And I couldn't believe it. I said, what was he doing here? He said, I was doing a film. Because we're a backlot for films, you see, as well, the city. And don't know whether you're aware of this, Liz Golden, but I've sat down, had a coffee. Well, I didn't. I had a cup of tea with none other and a chat for half an hour with Clint Eastwood, me. And on that wonderful note, me and Clint and Lee Clint or Clint Lee. Oh, that'd suit you, wouldn't it? Clint Lee.
I knew a kid called that when I was a schoolboy. He was a couple of years older than me and we used to play footy against him, but there was a Clint around here when I was a schoolboy. I don't even know what his second name was like, but there you go.
Might have been Eastwood, seeing how old you are. Anyway, of course it went. Thank you so much, all you wonderful people. Love you all. And see you all tomorrow. I know Jean will be there. She'll be getting in touch. Liz will be there, hopefully. Steve Evans, he'll be at the game. Keegan Murphy, they're all there. John Conway, they're all there. Ian McHale. Okay, thank you, people. See you later, Lee. And see you later. Thank you. Ciao. Ci vediamo. A domani. Ciao.